As runners, we all challenge ourselves in ways we never thought possible, pushing the boundaries of what we're capable of to smash through targets and set ourselves new, bigger and better ones.
This awesome hobby that we share gives us one thing in common, and it brings us together as a community. Whether you're working towards completing your first parkrun or you're a veteran of the sport who's run 100 ultra marathons, we all know the feeling of reaching that maxed out effort and our own red line.
Welcome to our podcast, where your hosts Brett Elesmore and Andy Maguire discuss the struggles, the successes and everything in between on our running journeys, as we all work towards the next time we're running the red line. Hello and welcome to episode 92 of Running the Red Line. I'm your host Brett, and I am joined as always by my co-host Andy. And how are you this week, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm particularly well tonight because I've just realised I haven't opened my advent calendar for a week.
Oh.
And I've got a fancy one as well. I've got a dairy milk one, and it's like a 50-50 one. So like every other day, but it's random. You get a dairy milk Biscoff.
Oh,
so I've got these dairy milks. So I've got these boring dairy milk ones, but I've also got I've got these ones to get through.
Do you know what? I think I prefer the just standard dairy milk ones rather than the Biscoff.
What? Don't you need the sweetness in your life? Don't you need
No, dairy milk's just incredible on its own, isn't it? I like all the flavoured dairy milks, but dairy milk on its own is just... Yeah, it's great.
That's good. I'm having one now. That's so good. That's just heaven.
Were you going to ask if I've got an advent calendar?
Advent calendar.
I've got as much of an advent calendar as I have Christmas decorations up in my house.
Looking very Christmassy behind you right now. In fact, I can't talk. Have you got no Christmas, no tree, nothing?
No.
Have you? Why?
I won't be putting any up either.
Really?
What's the point? I don't care.
It's Christmas.
Who am I decorating for?
Yeah. Does it not make you feel like you're in the Christmas spirit or anything?
No, because if I decorate, who am I decorating for? Not me. I don't really care. Number two, no one's coming around my house, so I ain't decorating for any visitors. And then if I do decorate and put a tree up, I'll have to put it back up every single day because the cats will pull it down. So,
that is
they ain't going
problem.
up.
Our Christmas decorations on the tree start about 3 foot up. There's nothing because Daisy's had them all. Every year we never learn our lesson, and yeah. But apart from, you've had a good week, haven't you? You had a good email earlier on.
Oh yes. Yes, I did have a very good email on Monday. I was very, very happy with my email on Monday. I got one from London Marathon. And yes, I am in via Good for Age. So I instantly went and paid my money. And I have got my entry ready for next April. So training start January the 1st.
Oh, but this might be a bit of a harsh comment. But I'll tell you who you won't be seeing there. Ryan Baker.
Yeah, who didn't even enter Good for Age. Thought he had, but forgot.
Oh, killer. I think he probably would have sailed in as well. Didn't he run was it Edinburgh he ran like a 2:48 or something?
I don't know.
2:50
I can't remember,
something.
can't remember what he ran, but it would have been well under what he needed. So, and I know Harry, his mate, is in because Harry sent me a message saying, see you there, so... Yeah, so that's unfortunate for Ryan.
Now he wants a fast guaranteed entry marathon for next year, and Valencia has now gone to ballot.
Oh, is it really?
So, yeah. Valencia's going to ballot for next year.
Oh, wow.
So, I think I'm almost certain that it is. Could be wrong about that, but I think it is. So you're just running out of options now for fast marathons, aren't you? Like,
yeah.
Even in blooming Spain, 1,000 miles away, it still sells out within. Well, you can't even get in if you're not in the ballot. So it's just so difficult now to find a good flat fast marathon, isn't it? To go for.
Yeah. But speaking of fast and flat marathons, you will be doing one in February, and someone else will also be joining you on the streets of Seville.
Yes, we have got. I assume we're talking about the same person here.
Yes.
We have got a guest in our waiting room right now. We can see him just chomping at the bit, waiting to get stuck into the Running the Red Line chat. We're delighted to welcome to the Waffle the fastest marathoner we've ever had on the Running the Red Line. Now, this guy...
fastest over every distance.
Well, yes. So, I mean, looking at his PBs, we've got a sub 15 5K, 31:34 for the 10, half marathon 69:20, and marathon 2:27:23. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I was going to say Redditch's finest. No offense, Brett. It's Adam Hill. Here he is.
You doing, dude?
Hello, lads. How are we?
How are you, mate?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, all good, mate.
Thank you for having me on.
Oh, no worries. As Andy said, I will agree with the Redditch's finest. We'd struggle to find someone with as much personality and charisma and speed at the same time. So yeah, it's good to have you on, mate.
No, it's fine. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
So I first met you, Ad, literally this time last year in a car park just before Telford 10K, because you obviously started chatting to Brett because you obviously were chatting about Parkrun and stuff, and then you ended up obviously. What did you run that day? Did you have a good Telford last year? Did you run well?
That was my PB 31:34.
Wow! Oh, amazing!
Yeah, so that was my PB. Yeah.
Yeah, and so obviously you and Brett know each other from. Is it Parkrun? You guys know each other from?
No.
Well, actually, no.
It's from Parkrun, but go on, Ad.
So Brett lives on the same road as my parents, like my childhood home. So we both live on. We're both council estate lads. That's what I want to call us. So yeah, and funny, I used to drive my car, and I'm not sure what year it would have been, but I used to way before I was a runner, I used to always see Brett near the fire station, and he was running somewhere, and I used to always see you, and it was like fair play, like, because I used to look at runners and go, I wish I could do that, but never did it. So I used to always see Brett out and about running, and even then he had an eye for fashion.
Did he? That's one way to put it.
You never missed him. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But also, me and Ad went to the same school.
Yeah,
so I think were you the year below me, or was it 2 years below?
I'm 42. So how old are you?
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, I'm 44 now. So yeah, it was 2 years, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think my year were there last year that finished the sixth form there, and then it got knocked down and whatever.
Yeah, our school doesn't exist anymore. It got turned into houses.
Was it Bridley Moor? No, where were you?
Yeah,
Bridley Moor.
Bridley Moor, yeah.
What were some of the other schools in Reddit? I was trying to think about this. Was it Arravale or Arravale?
It was Arravale. That's still around. There was the Scabby Abbey.
Scabby Abbey, that's it. Yeah.
Was it just called the Abbey High School?
Yeah, which is now. Oh, what's it called now?
Trinity
High School. That's it.
Yeah.
And then there was the Lees, which is now.
Lees,
it was Kingsley, and now it's Tudor Grange.
That's where my son goes to. He's in year 9, so he goes to Tudor Grange.
Nice.
Well, I was just because when I was at school, we used to play all the teams from Redditch, and we used to just get battered because we weren't streetwise enough. We weren't hard enough from Bromsgrove. We go to Redditch. We used to get absolutely bad. And was it St Augustine's we used to play against?
St Augustine's as well, yeah.
Arravale with
school. Sorry, Andy. I was going to say St Augustine's. They were like really, really good football team. They had
Yeah.
they always had a great team.
Yeah, I do remember them. Yeah, but I just remember all when I was like, I don't know, 13, 14, and we play. Have you seen that scene in The Inbetweeners when Will does work experience and Wolfie is he's under 21 and he looks about 40? We would play a team of Wolfies, like there would be us lot. We'd look like little children, and we'd play against or on a Sunday we'd play against Churchill or someone, and literally these 14-year-olds would be like giants. They'd be like
with full beards and everything.
They'd be the lads who were going to get the booze. They could get served down Threshers and that. They'd be the ones who could get you your beer. And I always used to. Yeah. But Ad, I was going to say why, because you're also the first person we've had on who's not an influencer. You're not how should we call it? A social media personality. You're just a mere mortal. So
yes,
how did you get into it? Like, what's your sort of running? How has your running progressed over the years?
Well, to be fair, it's funny because since Brett's been, he asked me to come on the pod a couple of weeks ago. I was trying to wrap my brains how it all started, and so basically, I moved to Birmingham when was it? Probably about 10 years ago. And the Birmingham Half Marathon used to go past our house, Maryvale Road in Bourneville. And the one year I said, I'm going to sign up for that. So the following year I signed up for it. And this would have been in about, I want to say 2015, 2016 maybe. And I rocked up there. My training was on the Monday of the race, I did 12 miles. And then on the Wednesday, I did 6 miles and I was absolutely done. I was cooked. So I get to the start of the race. I'm wearing a West Brom shirt and a pair of Astro trainers. And some guy goes, what time are you looking for? And I remember hearing another guy saying he was going to go for 90 minutes. So I just said, I didn't know if 90 minutes was good, rubbish, what. So I just went, okay, 90 minutes. So I ended up running, and I got to, I must have hit a wall or something because I was in all kinds of trouble. And some guy grabbed my shoulder and he said, come on, you can do it. And in my mind, I was like, I'm not getting 90 minutes, whatever that meant. So I stopped and I just started walking. And then this guy went, come on, you can do it. And I was like, because I didn't even have a watch. And I said, what time have you got? And he said 1:28. And it goes, where are we? I didn't even know where we were. He said, Broad Street's just over there. And I was like, I've got 1.5 minutes to get to the finish. So I felt like I sprinted all the way to the end. And I ended up running 90 seconds, 50 seconds, something like that.
Right.
And then I was still playing Sunday League then. And then a couple of my... Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, but I had a couple of friends who were really...
We just keep on losing you slightly. Sorry, dude. I think
sorry.
your internet with your Fortnite players is probably playing up again.
These boys are killing me, honestly.
Let's carry on, dude. Sorry.
Yeah,
so you said you finished in 90 minutes and 50 seconds, was it?
Something like that, yeah. So I never ran again after. I just carried on playing football. And then I ended up quitting football in about 2016, 2017. And I put on a load of weight and I just thought, I need to do something. This isn't right. It was affecting my mental health. I was turning into a proper arsehole, if I'm being honest. And I had 2 friends who ran, and in my mind, they were unbelievable runners. I don't know if you know Mark Sullivan, Sully.
Oh, yeah, Sully. Oh, yeah. Sully's a great lad.
Yeah, so I've known Sully, since we're kids playing football and stuff. And he was a sub 3 hour marathon runner. And in my mind, I was like, this guy is unbelievable. And he'd ran 17:30 for Parkrun, and he was like my hero. So ended up going for a few runs with him and another lad called Ben Wright. I don't know if you know Ben as well.
Yeah.
Ben had a lot of potential, but he doesn't run anymore. And yeah, ended up going to Parkrun and got the bug, and that was in like end of 2017, I think, maybe around that time. And then I thought, I need to like start training. I need to like set a target now. So my first ever race, like proper race where I targeted, was the Birmingham 10K in 2018, and that was it. That was where it all started, really.
Amazing. What was your reason for quitting football?
I just lost the love for it, to be fair, Brett. It's just like I was playing Saturday, Sunday since the age of 16 to like into my 30s, and yeah, I'd like just done it, seen it all before. I played in some good teams where we'd won a lot of stuff, and yeah, just I was finding it harder and harder to get out the door, especially on a Sunday morning.
Who would you play for? Like previously, what level were you at?
So when I first got into men's football, it was like I played a few games in the Alliance, so I played a few games first time, but it was just a step too big for me. So then I dropped down, and then I played like most of my Saturday career like in the Midland Com. So that was for Feckenham.
Who was the team you said you played for? It just cut out then.
Sorry, I played a few games for Studley in the Midland Alliance.
Studley, right? Yeah.
So that would have been like against teams like Alvechurch. So it's a half decent level of football.
Yeah. And I imagine being like a semi-pro footballer, it's like, well, it's not your job, but you're also committed 46 weeks of the year to football, and you can't take weekends off. It must be a massive shackle to have.
100%. But yeah, I just absolutely loved it. I just loved how hard it was. I think that taken into running, that mentality from football, where like the harder it gets, the better I perform.
Yeah.
Right.
What position were you?
Probably describe it as a bit of a Roy Keane, like a battling, like tenacious midfielder.
Yeah,
I can see that.
The people that do the hardest work, because they've got to get up the field and back down the field as well, constantly.
Yeah.
And the hardest geezers on the pitch as well. Yeah. So, can I just jump in and play a super quick game before we start talking about actual running with you of this or that? So you might have heard us. We since the first guest we had on, which was Will Fu, I don't know, April 2023, we've got the same 10 questions. So same for you, Ad. Here we go. So question 1, Aldi or Lidl?
Aldi.
Correct. Question 2, 5K or 10K?
5K.
Yeah, I'd agree with that as well. Now, I think I know the answer to this. Miles or Ks?
Oh my God! Don't get me started on Ks. Where's this all come from?
Because I'm your old men, and I'm the youth.
Hang on, I'm
the youth of tomorrow.
What did you used to use before you made the conversion to being a European?
Yeah, furlongs and all sorts. Yeah, I know, I did. My watch, admittedly, when you first get your watch out the box, it is set to miles, isn't it? So I did use miles, but I did a training plan, and it was all in kilometres, so I had to convert. And if it wasn't for that, I think I'd still be with you boys in miles. But do you find that it's literally just British people and maybe Americans that use miles and nobody else?
Yeah, I think so.
But that's because our road signs and we measure speed in mile an hour, don't we?
But isn't it funny though? Because I imagine like if you train in miles, well, this is what I was going to ask you about Telford as well. Because even though it's a 10k race, all the boards are in miles, aren't they? There's no kilometre markers.
They
all,
are,
all
yeah.
the boards. So I'm going to have to lap in miles, aren't I? Right. Big question, Ad. Pepsi or Coke?
Oh God, sorry, Brett. Pepsi.
I was going to say you love a Pepsi Max Cherry, don't you?
I do.
Oh,
Yeah. How did you know
yes.
that?
Pepsi Max Cherry.
From your Strava posts every now and then, where you
Yes,
always
that's correct. Yeah.
comment. It's brilliant.
Nectar of the gods. Half marathon or marathon?
Marathon.
Yeah. I think it's a tough
Definitely.
question because half marathon is half marathon's such a lovely distance, but I think it's just about blaggable as well for most of us. But marathon is a different beast. And I think no matter what your ability, the marathon, anything could happen to anybody, couldn't it? At the marathon. So I think we know the answer to this: road or trail.
Yeah, road.
You're a road man, aren't you?
Road.
Yeah.
Road. I'm a road man.
Headphones or no headphones?
I use like running to music and head as a, like a real treat. So I never listen to anything when I run.
Really? So are you like?
Yeah, very rare.
Yeah, you quite like that. I was going to say you quite like the sounds of nature and all that, because that leads me on to another question not related to this. Because I don't know. I don't know if you had what's taking the piss and what's not. Do you really love birds?
Yeah, so
Because you've said on your Instagram so many times about birds, and I was like, is he joking or does he genuinely love birds?
So this is actually not true. I never played kids football because I used to go bird watching with my dad. So my dad is he's a twitcher, and he would go all around the country looking for rare birds. He'd have this little pager, and he'd get paged in the middle of the night sometimes that this bird is in this place, and then we would just go. So from the age of 10 to probably 18, when I discovered girls,
Other birds.
Yeah.
I was
Other species of birds.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. So as a kid, I would be gallivanting all around the country looking at these rare birds that have been washed up from other countries and stuff, and I absolutely loved it.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah. So like when I was younger, like they were like tipping me to be like the next like big thing in the country for bird watching, because I was like 13, 14, and I had like 350 different species of bird in this country, and yeah,
Wow.
honestly, and it's so funny though. I've got two lads who I run with every Sunday, Ben Duncan, who you know, and Adam Peacock, and they're both like bloody good runners. And we'll run on the canal in Worcester, and they're constantly going, "What's that bird? What's that bird?" And it's like, it's so funny. And Ben's got this obsession with like a moorhen, which is one of the most common birds ever. And he just keeps saying, "Is that a moorhen? Is that a moorhen?" Like, yes, right. Ben, that is a moorhen.
Yeah, no, Ben, that's a pigeon.
yeah. So I do absolutely love birds, yeah. And I think when I stop running, I will actually go back to bird watching and twitching, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So amazing. This might segue onto that nicely. Have you got a favourite bird? Or one that you've never seen? What would be your, the one that you would love
what's
to
the
see
holy
the most?
grail in the twitching world?
This is really like any of like the American warblers. They're just special little birds. Yeah, they're so colourful and amazing song. Yeah. So one of the American warblers. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Right. So moving on. Sunrise run or sunset run?
Oh, definitely the mornings. I love morning running.
Yeah. Summer running or winter running?
I'd go winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially autumn. Like yeah, definitely that sort of time of the year for me is just the best.
Yeah.
But that might be just because that's a really good time for bird watching. I don't know. So when I'm out, no, seriously, it is. So
Yeah.
I think So when I run, I'll be bird watching at the same time.
You must never get anything done. You must never get any miles banked because you're always stopping to look at. Oh, there's a blooming. I tell you what amazed me in London. There are like parakeets. There are like parrots that are wild in London. So like I went. Go on, Ad. Seeing as you're a specialist on this subject, you can tell us.
When I was a little kid, we went down to London to see these parakeets, and they were literally in one spot in London. Yeah. Now they've bred that well over the last 20, 30 years. They've now up in, you see them at Cannon Hill Park. They're absolutely everywhere.
Yeah. I was going to say there's loads in Worley Woods, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, yeah. So when we were doing the Manchester half, when we was doing the Manchester half, I was in this pack of lads, and it had the two lead women, Charlotte Purdue and Lily Partridge. And a flock of these parakeets went over, and Ben was in the pack as well. And I went, Ben, parakeets, as we're in this like hustle and bustle of like. So I was even bird watching when we were in the. Yeah, and then funny though, a few of the lads looked up as well and nodded to say, "Yeah, he's right."
Amazing.
That's amazing. Charlotte, look, quick. Oh, that's amazing.
Charlotte, what's that bird?
Do you like American warblers, Charlotte? I beg your pardon. Final question then. This is massively divisive. Crisps or chocolate?
Chocolate.
It's got to be. It's got to be, hasn't it? Yeah. And
being from Bourneville, it has to be Cadbury as well.
Yes.
Oh, the smell when you go past the chocolate factory going down the canal. Normally the smell of the canal's not the best. But when you go past that bit of Bourneville, it's just delightful. It's absolutely beautiful. So, yeah. I think we should probably talk about some running.
Yeah, but before we do, I just want to talk about something else, because we were not doing a bit of research, but just having a look at a few things earlier. And I went onto your Strava, and some of your Strava titles and comments make me laugh so much when you put them on. Like when you've had a decent race or you've done some training and stuff, and you say, "Man, I'm in proper good shape. This stuff is easy." Makes me laugh so much. But the last thing you've got on Strava that people can see is an exercise bike session that you did, where you were researching honey badgers.
Yes.
They're vicious little buggers, aren't they?
Was that your entertainment whilst you're on the bike? Just were you watching a documentary or were you doing some Googling?
No, so like I'll go on YouTube and I'll start off by watching something like running related, and then it'll
go
be
down
golf.
the rabbit
And
hole.
then before you know it, I've watched shark attacks, a tornado, a tsunami. Is North Korea going to wipe out the world? How to take up jeans? And then I'm on to honey badgers.
Are they the ones that run backwards, honey badgers?
They're unbelievable, mate. Honestly, they are like phenomenal.
Yeah, they're interesting little characters, aren't they? But I'm just looking at it as well, Brett. And you were on the exercise bike. Nothing about the actual session. You've just put learning all about honey badgers. Thank you, God, for blessing us with such a resilient and a tenacious creature. It's just brilliant. Brilliant. And you did an hour and 15 on the exercise bike. Love that. Excellent stuff. So by the way, if anybody wants to go and check out Adam on Strava, you're Adam J Hill, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, cool. Right. So, Brett, we should probably actually interview Adam about some running stuff, shouldn't we?
Definitely. So, your next big race, obviously you're doing Telford on the weekend, but your next big race is going to be, as we mentioned before you came on, the Seville Marathon in February.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
So have
I
you
really
now
can't wait,
started?
actually.
Have you now started training for it?
I have, yes. I've actually got my plan here. I know I don't normally follow a plan, but
Right.
this block I actually am. So I've got my plan in front of me, and I am on week 2. So that'll be 11 weeks in total.
Nice. So have you got a target for this race, or is it just go out and see what happens?
Uh, yeah, I've got a target. So I've ran 227 and 228 before, and I don't want to run that again. I want to shoot for something a lot bigger. So the target is sub 225. So a 24:59, and I'll be so happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. So
Wow.
are you changing anything up for this block compared to what you've done in the past to try and do something different, or is it very much the same sort of?
It's going to be exactly the same because I think I found something for me that works, and I can stay healthy doing this way as well. So yeah, it's such a boring block of training, but it just seems to work for me. So it's a lot of stuff on Sunday, including marathon pace work, and then I only do one session in the week. I don't do a Tuesday, Thursday. I do just the big Wednesday, and that's a lot of threshold stuff, really. So it's really basic training. It's nothing.
Yeah. How many days a
Nothing.
week are you running at the moment?
Every day, and then I'm doubling most days as well.
Wow. So it's going to be a high mileage block then.
Yeah, so I'm just looking here. So I'll peak at 100 miles, and I'll hold that for 2 weeks, and then I'll come down, and then it's the.
So what's your Yeah, I think, did you say you'll peak for 100 miles and you'll come back down and that's a taper?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
What's your opinion on sub-threshold workouts, Norwegian singles and all this stuff that's been sweeping the running world by storm? Do you do a lot of threshold stuff and sub-threshold stuff?
So I've been tested. So Ben, who you know, Andy, Worcester AC, he actually works at Worcester University, and so he's into all that. So I've been tested, so I know my LT1 and LT2
Oh,
work. So it's really good. It takes the stress out of paces and stuff.
yeah,
It can be wet, it can be windy, and your plan says you need to hit 6-minute miling for this, and this, and you're nowhere near it because of so many different factors. So in the end, you lose your head, you have a terrible session, and then you go home hating yourself, hating life. Whereas if you know your thresholds to a heart rate, you can train with a heart rate monitor. You know your LT1 is, say, 160 beats per minute. If you can take your ego out of the equation and just go, I'm going to run to 160, it could be 6-minute miling, it could be 6:20, but it could be 5:50. So you'll just run it at an effort and not an actual pace.
Yeah.
And then you know that you're banking good work.
yeah. Yeah, that's a good way of
If
looking
that
at it.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, definitely.
So I run a lot as well.
Just
Sorry,
say that again.
we lost you there.
You run a lot too.
Yeah, sorry lads, this internet's dreadful. So I run a lot to heart rate, and even my easy pace is like tight.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think they must have been fortnighting.
They're fortnighting hard upstairs, aren't they?
I was going to say, we lost you again, then, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's gone upstairs and he's took
Sorry,
the plug out
lads,
the wall, isn't he?
absolutely disgraceful. Is that any better?
Yeah, that is now. Yeah,
that is. So, say again. So you work a lot to heart rate, and you've worked out both your LT1 and LT2 and stuff. So how much work per week are you doing at LT2 or just under LT2?
Sorry, Brett. I can't. You broke up then. I didn't hear what you said.
So, because you've worked out exactly where your LT1 and LT2 are, how much work are you doing at LT2? So, like that's just under that threshold, sort of heart rate. How much work per week do you reckon you're doing?
I would say that the Wednesday session is all around that sort of effort.
And are they big sessions, or are they mileage wise?
So this week, Wednesday, I did. Are you familiar with the BYU guys, Connor Mance and
yeah?
Oh, what's the other guy? The Essex guy. Do you know they do that session of Clayton Young? That's correct. And they do that session of fatigue miles into some faster mile reps.
No, I don't know about that.
So they'll do 6 miles. So they'll start off at 6, and then as the block increases and the mileage increases, so does the session. So on Wednesday, I did 6 miles, and they're called fatigue. So it's a little bit slower than marathon pace, and that's just to fatigue your legs. And then you'll run 3 by a mile, like hard off a decent recovery. So that's something I visit every 2 weeks in this block. So I'll get up to 8 miles of fatigue miles, and then 3 by a mile hard. So that's all like thresholdy stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then there's like stuff like K's on, K's off, miles. It's just like basic stuff, really.
Yeah. So, what sort of paces are you working at? I know you're working to heart rate, but on a good day, what sort of pace would you be wanting to hit with those LT2 sessions?
So LT2 is like, it's close to like 10k effort, so it's going to be around that 5:10, 5:15, about 5:05 maybe on a really good day.
Nice.
That's per mile.
Yeah.
And then marathon pace like LT1 is more like that 5:30, 5:35.
Nice. So what is the pace that you've got to hit that 2:24:59?
I think it's like 5:31 a mile.
Okay. Yeah,
which is
that's
absolutely crazy.
It's crazy quick, that is.
It's phenomenal. Like, I don't even know how I do it.
5:30. So 5:31 a mile is 3:26 a k.
Yeah.
That's disgracefully fast.
Yeah.
It's so funny though. So when I started running properly in 2018, I did my first ever track session, which was 5 by a mile, and it's a mile, and I finished the first rep in 6:05. I was sick everywhere and went home. I couldn't even complete the session.
Really?
Yeah, it was absolutely brutal. So I don't know how I've gone from that to this. I still can't believe it.
Yeah, but go on.
I was going to say, how have you noticed your times change over the years? How did you say your first half marathon was around about just over 90 minutes, and you're at like sub 70 now, aren't you? 69 something. So like, did you rapidly improve, or has it been a slow process for you, or what's it been like in terms of improvement?
So that obviously, like everybody, that first year or two, it is, you can make massive jumps, and then the best thing that ever happened to my running was the start of 2020, so just before COVID. There's a local running team, not a club, but they're a team. So it's guys from loads of different clubs they're all like very, very good runners. I got invited to join that team, and they're called Team Marathon Road. I don't know if you heard of them.
Yeah.
And these guys in this team, they're savages. They're all 230 marathon guys and under, British level 1500 meter runners. Like we have it all in this team, and I got to train with those people. And with you guys, when you're training with your crew, you run so much better when you're running with better people.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, I was at the beginning, I was looking at these guys like thinking, how am I here? Why am I here? And then slowly you get a little bit closer to them and a little bit closer, and then before you know it, you're finishing sessions stronger than them, and then like you're on to the next guy who's a little bit better than you, and then you go past him, and it's like, and that's what I was doing. I was just leapfrogging these people to where I am now.
Yeah. Wow. Are you still a member of TMR?
Yeah, I'm still. It's basically a WhatsApp group. That's all it is.
Because wasn't it Carl who started that up?
Yeah, so Carl Wellborn, he's a 2:22 marathon runner, I think. He won the World Age Group Championships at London Marathon in 2022 or 2021. So he's a phenomenal runner. And he set that up way before I joined.
Yeah. Is he back running yet? Because I know he went through a load of injuries, didn't he? Because he had like stress fractures in his was it in his pelvis or something like that?
Yeah, that's correct. He's it's been a while now since he stopped running through injury. It's got to be 2-3 years now. Yeah, so he had a lot of issues with his hips, and then this year he finally had an operation to fix that. I don't believe he's running yet, but I'm sure he'll be chomping at the bit to return.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that'd be good.
Ad, what are your? Yeah. I was going to ask who some of your favourite runners are.
I would,
if you've got any.
I'm not really like into like running, so I'm not really like sure who's.
Prefer birds.
Yeah, honestly, I could tell you any bird in the on the British Isles, but yeah, I'll tell you who I. So when I was training for Valencia Marathon in 2023, I would be on the exercise bike and I would watch the previous year's Valencia, and just to familiarise myself with the course, I like to visualise there and just like get the feeling of the course, if that makes sense. And it was the year that Calvin Pictum ran his first marathon. So obviously he's not with us anymore, but yeah, I'd say Calvin Pictum. I just loved how he ran the marathon.
His tactics as well was just crazy, of just power through and just drop everybody and just keep on going. It was never about racing the person he was with. It was about running as fast as he possibly could, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember that race where I think Toller was there, all the big guys in this group, and he's at the front and he's telling them to do a bit of the work, and like none of them wanted it. So he literally just did this, did a little K to God and 10K to go. He's just gone. Yeah. And I was like, this is my type of guy. I think, on the short stuff, I really do like the Kerr Ingebrigtsen rivalry. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Have you got a favourite of the two?
I'll be honest, it used to be Kerr, but the more I get to know Ingebrigtsen, I actually think he's like really funny, and I think he's like just playing up to it. Whereas I think Kerr, he's having himself a bit like.
Yeah. I think the whole British sarcasm and like the British sense of humor is sort of lost on a lot of people, and I think it got lost quite a lot on Ingebrigtsen himself, and it
Yeah,
turned into a proper rivalry because he was doing some sarcastic like knocks and stuff to Ingebrigtsen, and Ingebrigtsen took it really personally, I think. But
yeah.
yeah, it's a good one. I do like that rivalry, definitely, and it'll be good to see Ingebrigtsen back. But he's pulled out of the Euro cross country, hasn't he? Because he was on the start list, but he's pulled out now, so he can concentrate on next season.
Didn't know that.
So hopefully it's not the injury flaring up again, and it is just so he can concentrate. But we'll see.
Ad, can I ask you a little bit about race tactics and how you approach? Let's go for the 5K. So you've run in your time some really, really quick times. How do you approach a 5K? Do you think there's only one way to run it, and that's hard from the gun and just hang on?
No, absolutely not. I will. So it depends on the race. It depends on the course. It depends on the people who you're racing against. So for me, I'm looking at the course. I'm looking at who's in my pack with me. Like, it varies, but I was renowned when I first started running and doing parkrun. Like all the TMR lads, this is before I even joined TMR, would like take the piss out of me that, oh, he's that guy who just get out really hard and then die like really bad. It was the only way I knew how to run. Like everyone, I suppose. Now my style's changed. Like sometimes I'll get out hard and know that I've got to just commit to something, and then there's other times where I think, no, I need to build into this race.
Yeah.
So, talking of 5Ks, didn't you race one recently down in Battersea? Didn't you do the Friday night under the lights? Was that
I did,
Battersea?
Yeah.
And then the next morning came to Arrow Valley Parkrun and smashed out like a low 16s as well.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid, to be honest. Put it this way, if I was coaching someone, I wouldn't be telling them to do that.
No, definitely not. But how did it go down in Battersea?
I ran 15:15, which is probably where I am fitness-wise. I think that if I really took 6 weeks of training, that's just where I am, and I shouldn't be disappointed to run 15:15. Don't get me wrong, it's very close to a sub 15, but in another way, it's a million miles away. So yeah, 15:15 is where I'm at. And it's not a bad place to be where you started marathon training. So there is some...
Oh, definitely.
So did you run, it says here you did a 14:58 the year before. Is that in Mid Cheshire 5K?
Yeah, that was probably my best ever race, I would say, yeah. It's coming from a parkrun background, 5K is just like, is my love. I just love that distance. And then a few months before that, there was a thing for England Masters. And so I thought I'll throw my hat in the ring and see if they'll select me, and they did. So I got to run in the England vest and run sub 15 on the same night. So that was pretty epic.
Oh, amazing!
Brilliant.
Yeah,
was there a massive group of you going for 15?
Oh, it's like you can run sub 15 and be 50th. You're like, know where. But within the England race, I actually medalled. So I've got a nice little trophy upstairs with like 3rd place England trophy. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
Brilliant.
awesome.
Wicked.
That's amazing. So is that through? So with England Masters, do you have to join them as a club, the same as you would like a normal club? Or
no. So they'll have races going on throughout the year from 5K all the way up to the marathon, and there's like a selection process, and all you do is you submit your recent times for whatever distance you're trying to get into, and then they'll pick and choose who they want. And I must have had a decent time from the previous year, so they selected me. It was pretty epic, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
I don't consider myself a runner, so to wear like an England vest and run, it was wicked. Honestly, one of the best nights ever.
Brilliant.
Yeah. That yeah. Just the fact that you've qualified to run in that England vest. That's something you've got to be mega proud of.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And that must have felt almost close to your footballing days, feeling like you're part of a team and, you've qualified to wear this vest, basically. It must have felt your competitive spirit, your competitive juices must have been flowing that day. Just shooting everyone out the water, I imagine. Were you racing against a lot of, was it Welsh vests and stuff that were there?
It was just England versus Wales, yeah. But obviously then you've got all the other guys, the club guys are there. So in my mind, as much as I was racing against the Welsh team, I really wanted that sub-15. It had been like on the radar for like 6 months. It was something that I really, really wanted. And I think when I stopped running, if I hadn't achieved that being so close, it would have been one of those things where I'd have been like really like disappointed with. So to finally get that monkey off my back, it was phenomenal.
Yeah, amazing. So what would you say your tactics were for that PB? Because obviously you were worrying more about the time than the racing. What were you planning to do during that race, and did you stick to the plan or did it change throughout?
Yeah, so I've done that race a few times and it is super fast. However, if you get a certain parts of it wrong, it can absolutely destroy you. So the first mile is downhill, then you've got like a mile of climbing, and then probably the last mile is flat and then downhill. Last mile, you've got nothing for that uphill bit. But if you go off too slow, you're not going to claw the hill bit. So it's a bit of a you've got to get your tactics right. So I just knew that I just had to run to an effort for the first mile, and then whatever the time was the time, and then we'd key off that. I think I went through the first mile in like 4:30 something. So yeah, it was crazy, and I was still nowhere near the front.
Wow,
it's mad, isn't it?
So what would the leader, what would the winner win that race in? Like well under sub-14 or no?
I think they do
like low
14s. I think they're like. I think
somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that race. I think it was one in like 13:50 maybe.
Crikey.
Yeah. What do you think? I've had this conversation with a lot of people. The Telford course, if all the people there weren't absolutely smashing it and dragging everybody else along, do you think it would be as quick as it actually is?
No chance. I don't think it's a fast course.
It's not, is it? In any way?
No, it's not a fast course.
Yeah. Have you seen they've changed it as well for Sunday?
Yeah, I did. And to be fair, because I was in marathon training, I was like and ahhing whether I'd go to Telford on Sunday. But because my friend Ben's going, I thought, yeah, I'll go. But now they've changed the course as well. So I'm not overly I'm not buzzing for this race, put it that way.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Yeah. Because the finish, we're going to go down the hill this time and then round to the left to the finish. But to go down that hill, you've got to get up it at some point, haven't you? So
exactly,
where the slope to get up that is going to be, oh, God knows.
Yeah, because you go down when you first get onto that disused railway line, it's such a steep drop, and you then bear left, don't you?
Yeah.
But go right and up, and it's going to be difficult.
So you know where I waited for you at halfway last time, is that not going to be part of the course anymore? Is that the 5K split bit, the halfway?
Yeah, so that drag is still going to be there, but rather than do you know where it hit like the 6 mile marker, and then there was 200 meters still up the drag and round to the right to the finish. That's not going to be there anymore. So basically, you turn back on yourself before that bit where you were stood to then do the loop again. But then you go back up and across where, do you know, like that gravelly, like stony bit was. And then you go down the hill and round to the left of the finish.
Right.
So rather than it being just a straight uphill drag all the way to the finish, you've got a bit more of a twisty turny finish.
Okay. Well, yeah, I've got no expectations for the weekend, so I don't know what everyone else is thinking, but you never know. It could surprise us all, couldn't it? But
what is the target, Andy?
Well, let's not get into this because I'm going to get shouted at. But numbers are arbitrary. Let's just start by saying that. But I want to get. I do want to get a PB. I really do want to get a PB because I think I've since I last ran well, which is about 6 weeks or 8 weeks ago, I've been pushing the threshold stuff and I've been getting the miles in. So I think I could PB. Whether or not I can dip under 40, I don't know. But I know Coach Elesmore over there is not going to let me not get 40. So I am going for, I'm going to go for like a 39.50, which I don't want to get too greedy, which I think is important as well, because what I don't want to happen is to get to 5K and realise that I've just run basically a PB and then blow up. So I've got to be careful I don't get dragged out with a pack, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I numbers can be inviting, can't they? They can be. That's what we do as runners, I suppose. We sort of have a good day or bad day depending on the numbers that we've decided to chase that day, and it's all a bit silly, really, isn't it? Because you can. I don't know if you've been in this situation. I bet you probably have, where you've PB'd but you've not hit target, and you almost feel disappointed, and it's like, that's ridiculous. Why did I put this time pressure on myself when it was all about the effort and the PB? Really, that was the main goal.
I wish I learned that very early on in my running career. I remember I did my first marathon in 2020. It was like December when we had COVID, but they opened stuff up for a little while. So I ended up going down to Goodwood Motor Circuit and did 11 laps around there. And I ran 2:36 for my first marathon. And I remember just getting in the car and just going, job done. Like, not happy, just because it was ticking off a time. Do you know what I mean? A bit like me bird watching, ticking off a bird. Yeah, seen that. like it was it was so stupid. And I look back and I really I'm annoyed with myself that I didn't enjoy that time. It was like my first marathon. I've ran a bloody good time for my first marathon, and it was just like, job done. On to the next time, onto this, onto that. And it's only taken me the last year or so where I actually appreciate running for what it is, and not so much the times that come with that.
Talking about enjoying yourself during a marathon, can you tell Andy and all the listeners about was it London Marathon where you were feeling pretty good in the last 10K and you were running past people and just chatting and making them feel bad that you were
so I found with my running, when I don't actually think about the running and I think about other things, I run better. So London Marathon in 2023, the first half I'd put so much pressure on myself to run a time, and I hated it, and I was tense, and I was thinking about jumping the barrier halfway, and my missus and kids were on Tower Bridge, and I was going to jump the barrier, and then we were going to get my suitcase from the hotel, and we were going to go, but I completely forgot. So we turned the corner at halfway, and then I just thought, just enjoy yourself, just enjoy it. So I then turned into Adam Hill, the complete idiot, got into the pack of the sub 230 lads, and I'm like, "Wagwan batty creases." Like, sorry, I'm late. And then I'm in this group, and I'm just giving it oggy to the crowd for like 13 miles. I had the best time of my life, and I'm just going past people, and it was phenomenal. And Ben, who I was meant to be pacing to 18 miles, I ended up dropping him. So it was like, yeah, it was ridiculous, mate. Yeah.
Brilliant. I just love the idea of people in the hurt locker and you just running past, smiling your head off, shouting things to the crowd.
Oggy, and just trying to chat to people, and these lads just didn't want to talk to me for some reason.
Brilliant.
So in your years of running, have you worked it out? Can you put your finger on, what it is about this sport that's so good? Or, is it time? Is it being out and about? Is it nature? Is it looking at different birds? Is it traveling the world and running? Like, have you worked it out? What's the secret about it all?
I think for me, it's the competitiveness with myself. I love beating myself. I love that I've got this doubt in my mind that I'm potentially not going to achieve the thing that I want, and then I'll go and beat myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then also, the thing I love about running, it's fucking hard. It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It takes everything out of you. It's not just physically, it's mentally. You're at work, you're thinking, I've got to do this tonight. And then when you're at home, you're like, I need to eat this, because if I don't eat it now, this and this, and like, I need to get to bed. And it's like, it's just constantly on your mind, and it's like, it can turn you loopy. It really can.
Yeah.
I suppose, like the beating yourself, it's a bit like playing Gran Turismo when you were younger on the PlayStation, and when you do the time trial and you got the ghost car that you're trying to beat every time, and then you skid out on that one corner and it just goes off into the distance, and then you go, oh, okay, I have to start again. It's like that every single time, trying to beat that PB. Yeah,
100%. Yeah. I think that's what it is. I think it's that it's hard. I think if it was easy, I don't think I would want to do it.
Yeah. There's no other feeling, is there, of being in that deep, like, world of pain towards the end of a marathon, and knowing you've still got to hang on and push through it. I don't think there's anything that will ever, if someone hasn't experienced that, they will never understand that feeling.
Yeah,
and
I think sorry, Brett.
No, go on.
I was going to say, I think I told Andy this story once when we were both cooling down after Parkrun. So it was the Valencia Marathon, and I was in the crap, and I was struggling, and I had this thing in my mind. This is going to sound super crazy, and I'm probably going to get locked up for saying this. But
I remember this.
So the last 3 miles, I was saying my kid's name out loud. So I was saying Ronan, and he got a mile. And if my pace dropped while I was saying his name, he would die. I know. And then the next mile was my other son, Das. So I was saying his name over and over again out loud, so people can hear me just repeating this name over and over.
You must...
In my mind, they were going to die if I dropped the pace.
You must have looked mental.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Wow, all the motivation you need.
Brilliant.
You've got to get the job done somehow, and that's how you've done it.
Yeah.
I did it. So thanks, lads. Even though you haven't taken the internet tonight,
it was all worth it. It was all worth it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
God.
So, one question I was going to ask is favorite race shoes. What is the pair of shoes that you would reach for if you could have any for the different distances?
Do you want to know my shoe rotation?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
I have two shoes that I rotate for like easy stuff. So I have one of your favourites, Brett, the EVO SL. I love those.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then, but my ultimate favourite easy day shoe is the Asics Mega Blast. I don't know if you guys have tried them, but they
No,
are
but
A lot of people love them.
I think I could knock out a very good marathon in them, and there's no carbon plate.
yeah, I've heard they're
Wow.
like a lightweight version of the Super Blast, and they're
Yeah,
just way better.
I feel I've got the Super Blast, and I brought them probably 2 months before the Mega Blast. I can't put the Super Blast on my feet anymore. They're like dog now.
So,
And everyone loved the Super Blast, and now I can't even look at my Super Blast. I'm like, I'm sorry.
so the Mega Blast, are they like a higher stack? Are they more comfy? Are they more? What are they? What's the difference?
They're, there's a big stack. Like, I'm no shoe geek, so there's a big stack. They're very, very light for what they are.
Yeah.
And they're just so poppy. It's like you're cheating on your easy day run, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a mileage monster, and you can just keep your heart rate low and just eat loads of miles up.
Yeah, 100%. But my race day shoe is so it's only just changed. So from 2020 to pretty much now, I've always worn the Alpha Fly one. I absolutely love that shoe. All my PBs are in Alpha Fly one from the 5K all the way up to the marathon.
Yeah.
And then I've only recently, because I can't get any more Alpha Fly ones, I'm on those Puma Fast R3s now,
Yeah.
which are a great shoe, by the way.
Yeah. Are you going to use those for the marathon? Are you feeling confident that they'll get you to the end of the marathon?
Oh, I don't think so, mate. Calf killers.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, I ran the half in them, and they're really good, but I just could start to feel little twinges that you shouldn't be feeling.
Yeah.
I'm probably not the only person to say that as well.
Oh no, yeah. I pretty much like everyone I've spoken to who has used the Fast R3 have said, yeah, it puts so much load through your calves that it would absolutely destroy you in a full marathon. So yeah, they're good up to the half, but they wouldn't want to use them for that full race.
Yeah. I've got two pairs now. So I've got the old pair where I'm actually going to try them in a couple of the long run sessions and just see, because I'd love to wear them, but it's a huge risk, especially when you're going over to Spain.
Oh yeah. So for your sessions, so obviously you do all your easy stuff in the Evo SL or the Mega Blast. For your sessions, do you wear the Puma Fast R3 for your sessions as well?
The orange ones that I got, which are the old ones, I've worn them a couple of times in like Parkrun and stuff, but I normally wear really old pairs of like Vaporfly 1 or 2s, and I just wear beaten up old pairs of those for my sessions.
Yeah. Nice. So for the marathon, if it's not the Fast R3, what would you go for, do you think?
So I'm lucky I've still got a box fresh pair of Alpha Fly 1. So
What colourway? What colourway are they?
They are the Volt, the yellowy.
The Volt. Yeah, I've got the Volts. Yeah, nice. I just picked up off Vinted. I think they're legit anyway. The bright orange colourway.
Yeah.
So I've got them, and the one I was thinking about getting was the purpley ones. I've seen them on a few people's feet in races, but I saw those orange ones at the right price, and I thought, yeah, I'm having them. So
I've had so many pairs of Alpha Fly ones, and I've got them off all different places: Vinted, Depop. I've even paid over the odds on StockX before, because they're the only shoe that, like, all the other shoes as well, like all the Adidas, all the New Balance, and they're great shoes, but they're just not the Alpha Fly 1 in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I've had this conversation with Andy before. Why Nike don't just re-release them, I have no idea. Why they still need to try and push the new versions when they hit the jackpot on the first one. They should just reissue that, and everybody would they would lap them up. They'd sell millions of pairs.
Yeah, I used to be such a Nike fanboy, and now I'm just so disappointed with I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't get it. Like Asics at the moment, they're killing it. Adidas are absolutely killing it. Like Nike are just falling off and huge.
Have you worn any Asics super shoes?
Yeah, I had the
Tokyos or Paris or.
I had the Paris, but they give me a bit of plantar. So I literally wore them twice, and then I sold those. And then I had the ones before that. What were they called? Just the Meta Speed.
Yeah, the Meta Speed Sky or the Meta Speed Edge.
So I had those, and they were a really good shoe, but I couldn't run a marathon in them. They're just quite firm. So I wear them on. That's another shoe that I train in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a funny one, isn't it, shoes? Because different shoes suit different people, but there are certain shoes that everybody agrees on that they're just incredible. Like the Alpha Fly 1. I don't think anyone who has ever used the Alpha Fly 1 will say they weren't that great. Pretty much everybody raves about them.
Yeah. The thing with shoes is everyone has their opinion on shoes, but everyone also has their own foot strike, their own weight, their own stride length. I don't know why people can get so et up about a shoe. Go, no, Adidas is better. No, whatever you run well in is your shoe. It doesn't matter what.
Yeah.
But people get definitely. So you must try these. You must. No, I stick to what I like.
Yeah. And I think that's a perfect way to think about it, isn't it? Yeah. What suits you is the right shoe, not what suits other people. And
don't get me.
Go on, let's get him started.
Yeah, come on, let's get you started.
I was going to say, don't get me wrong. I would love to be in Nike all the time because they do the best colours. Andy's just brought the Alpha Fly 3, haven't you? That colourway is unbelievable. But they're just not there anymore. They're not there. No. So if you've got to go New Balance or you've got to go Brooks, whatever it shall be, and you run well in them, then great.
See, that was another thing I was going to say. How many people have said the New Balance super shoe is slow, and then Alex Yee goes and runs the fastest second fastest British marathon ever in a New Balance shoe?
Yeah, how about Johnny Mellor? He had PB'd at nearly 40.
Yeah, it's so the shoes. You've still got to run the race, haven't you? No matter what shoe you're in. So whatever works for you works for you. Yeah,
and they say it's a bit of a muchness, don't they? With a lot of the shoes, a lot of them are the same, similar tech or similar shape, or so. I suppose from the brand's point of view, they just want to get the fastest team together, put their shoes on them, and hope they do the business on marathon day, so they can sell a load more of them.
Yeah.
So
After the favourite shoe chat, then what's your favourite race you've ever done?
Race I really love. I just Manchester Half. I don't know. I've always ran well there. I don't know what it is about the course, but I really enjoyed the Manchester Half.
Is that the one that's organised by the marathon, or the one that is the Great Run Series one?
It's not the Great Run one. It's it's the marathon guys.
The yellow medal one. Yeah. I think I did that a few years ago, just during COVID, and they did it on the same day that there was a marathon on. I think that must have been about 23 or 22. Maybe it was 21 actually. Interestingly enough, on that day, I said, there is no way on heaven or earth I would never ever consider doing a marathon. The thought of doing a marathon was just too much. And then about a month later, I signed up to Brighton. But I really enjoyed the Manchester Half, because it takes in a lot of the same route as the Manchester Marathon does, as I remember.
Yeah.
Similar roads and I mean, it's maybe all changed now because I think the Manchester finish has changed, hasn't it? But you ran really well there, didn't you, in October just gone?
Yeah, there's something about that course where I run well. I don't know what it is. So I think it was in 2022. I'd been injured for a long time, and I targeted Manchester half when I was coming back to try and get a champ spot for London Marathon the following year, and
Yeah.
I genuinely didn't think I would do it, and in the end, I actually ran the champ time, which was like 72:30 at that time, I think it was. So like it's always had like good memories for me.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's really.
What's it like starting on the champ starts at London with all the other club runners and stuff? Is it very different to another start line on just a normal?
I was thinking it was going to be like this unbelievable thing where you were towed down and you were like you're treated so well, and then I thought I'd be getting a massage and like someone's going to feed me bicarb and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
No, not that, mate. It's not. It's literally the exact same as all the other starts. The first year I did it, actually, there was a little tent in the middle, but then the other two times I've done it, it wasn't there. So no, it's literally the only cool thing about the champ start is you've got the pros, and they're warming up as you're waiting, and like Kipchoge and all like the club runners and stuff. So that's like pretty epic. That's the good thing. But yeah, nice. It's just like any other start, to be honest, mate. I wish I could sell it as this amazing thing. You still have to queue. You still have to queue ages for a toilet. It's exactly the same.
Yeah. Because you touched on it there. Have you ever tried bicarb?
Yeah, I've done bicarb now for nearly a year. I think in some of my big races. I love a fad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm on the Nomeo, the beat it shots. Like I'll try anything, mate, if it's gonna give me a second or two. Yeah. I just hope my missus doesn't actually know how much this stuff costs, so we're all right.
I was gonna say, are you on the Morton bicarb as well? Because that's not cheap, is it?
No, I think a serving, isn't it? 60 quid for 4. It's expensive stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you tempted by the fly carb stuff? That Jack Gray.
I wouldn't mind it, but it just I struggle to get down the Morton stuff. So and then that looks even thicker and gloopier, and I just like it looks like snot, and I'm like, nah.
Is it a ready mix and you just add water?
Yeah, so is that
what it is? You just give it a stir.
Yeah, the Morton one, it's like they sell it like it's some like scientific experiment. So they'll say use type A, and that's the bowl basically, but they call it A. Then you pour in B, and then
the mixing agent.
The
water.
And then you have to shake it up, and then you must leave it for 5 minutes, no more, no less. And the pH level of the water has to be a certain whatever. And then you add C, which is these like little pellets of like, that must be the bicarb. And then you just get it down as quick as possible because it's absolutely rank.
Yeah.
You spoon it? Like you literally
you're not allowed to chew it. You just spoon it. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so the little pellets are the bicarb, and the gel is basically the transport to get it through like your system down into your gut before the bicarb takes action, because if it starts reacting before it goes down to your gut, it's not actually doing what it wants to do, and it makes you feel really bad. And that's why back when people were using bicarb, they were just taking bicarb and it was causing them all sorts of GI issues because it was reacting on the way down rather than reacting in the gut where it needs to be. So Morton have developed this gel which allows you to swallow the pellets of bicarb down into your gut, and then it will start to react when it's down there. It's it's interesting. I've never tried it, but I've listened to lots of people talking about it, lots of scientists and things like that, and I am intrigued by it, but I've just never,
Do you think it would ever get banned?
No, it's been used for years. People used to buy. Do you know? Like when you take vitamins and stuff like that? Those little capsules you have. People used to buy empty capsules and just fill them with bicarb and take them. So, and that's been used for years on the track. And it's only recently, since they've developed this Morton system, that it's come into the headlines that people should start using it. But people have been using it on the track for years.
So, for anyone that doesn't know, mainly me, what is it? Is it a lactate? Is that what they call a lactate buffer?
Yeah.
So it stops your legs from filling up with that poison when you're feeling like you're running uphill through the mud in cross country. You feel like you've got a little bit more energy where you would normally be flagging. Is that basically the long and short of it?
It prolongs the period before lactate fatigue starts to hit your muscles, basically.
Okay, right.
And as you've used it, Ad, how has it made you feel during races?
For me, I would say that it doesn't make you feel any poppier or give you more energy. It just makes you feel stronger towards the end, where your legs would feel tired and you'd lose form. You just feel like you're maintaining good posture. You feel stronger, if that makes sense.
Okay. And how long does a serving stay in your system for? That they don't recommend it for anything longer than a 5K.
Well,
really?
no.
Is that right?
I took it in the marathon.
Have you?
What's his name?
Mid race.
No. So
have you managed to get it in mid race?
No. So they say to take it 2 hours out before a race, but I took it 75 minutes out. So then it would work like after halfway in the marathon, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the name of the really good ultra runner?
Killian.
Killian Jornet. He takes it on his ultras, and he at his feed stops, he takes on extra bicarb.
Wow.
So he takes it during the ultras as well as at the start.
Are there any side effects? Like, when you have a pint of Guinness and your poo comes out black. Do you get any side effects from it? Is there any reason not to have it? Is it you don't feel no? Oh,
no,
okay.
the only thing is, after probably about 20 minutes, you can feel like these little mini, like popping candy in your mouth. But you can feel that sometimes in your stomach, just a little poo. Like you can, it's a little bit weird.
Oh.
But I've never had that urge that I'm gonna like myself or anything like that. So
do you think it's something that could benefit from pretty much all abilities? It's not just for elite and sub-elite runners. It's designed for pretty much anybody.
I wouldn't know. All I would say is have a go. If you feel a benefit at the end of a race, then you know it works for you. If it doesn't, then I think it'll be for the individual.
Yeah, bit like shoes. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And also, I don't know how much these things are like placebos anyway. Like, I'm taking like Namio now. I'm not even sure what that's doing.
I was listening to a podcast about that the other day, because it's broccoli shoots, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nomio. Yeah. So it's the growth shoots of the broccoli. So it's not actually broccoli. It's the shoots when broccoli starts growing, and it's something to do with. It's in a liquid form. It's in a liquid form. Okay. So it's like like a smoothie, but it's basically the broccoli shoots blended up with the stuff to transport it.
So, Ad, you must have to set aside like a whole, 20 minutes before a race to get all your scientific experiments out, to get all your beetroot in and
get
everything.
Out the petri dishes and the Bunsen burner.
Mate,
get your honestly, little pH.
It's embarrassing. So I'm like 3 hours out. 3 hours out. What I've got to do, I've got to eat. So I eat, and then it's like I need the beet it shot. So I shot this horrible beetroot thing, and that's disgusting. Then I'm like, 2.5 hours out, I do the nomio. Then 2 hours out, I'm on the bicarb. Then an hour out, I have this superstition where I eat Skittles. I just have a handful of Skittles. Yeah, so then it's Skittles. Then it's 20 minutes out, I'll take a caffeine gel. It's like, what am I doing for an extra couple of seconds? Like, I need to get a grip, honestly.
Yeah.
It's getting out of hand.
But those couple of seconds are the difference between your sub 15 and not hitting it.
Exactly, mate. Yeah. And it makes
those
me happy.
Skittles, obviously.
And I could be buying a Harley Davidson, couldn't I? So.
Well, this is the thing as well with like people always moan at me with the amount of shoes I've got, but I'm like, I don't go out on a weekend and I don't go and spend 100 quid on going to the pub and then peeing it up the wall. I spend it on a pair of shoes. Yeah. And people wouldn't even bat an eyelid of going out and spending that on a weekend, but we put all our money into the things that we enjoy and people turn their nose up at it, and it's odd.
Yeah.
If it makes you happy, spend your money on it.
Yeah, one of the young lads at the club was with me because I was kitted out in the saw gear. Have you brought any of that stuff?
I haven't, no.
Saw, no.
So it's like high end, like super expensive. You're looking at 150 quid for a pair of shorts. Like it's crazy. And I just went, look, I'm going through a midlife crisis here. Just like leave me alone.
Get off my case, yeah.
Yeah, get off my case. I could have brought a Harley Davidson. I could have left my missus and kids, but I've just brought a pair of running shorts that have got a nice little pocket in the back to put my gels in.
Is it good stuff, the saw stuff?
Yeah, it's class, mate. I've got stuff that's like 2-3 years old, and it's really, really good. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard good things. It's just the price tag puts me off slightly. Yeah.
Yeah. I was quite lucky that Adam Peacock, he was supported by them for a little while.
Oh, wicked.
So he'd get like 40% off, and because we were the same size, he would order stuff for me. So I was still paying like 60 quid for a vest, even though I was getting 40% off, which is stupid. But makes us happy.
I suppose that's worth it then, isn't it? Yeah, definitely.
Well, shall we? I think we should probably call time, really, because we've had a good old natter, and Brett and I have still got to go through about 3 hours worth of podcast as well. So
and we can let you go and have your evening to yourself and not have to worry about Fortnite going on in the background.
No, I'm so sorry about the internet, lads.
It's all good, dude. It's all good.
Embarrassing. Honestly, I've paid the bill.
Yeah, gonna have to go into the cupboard in a minute. Wind up the machine.
Yeah, I've got my missus on the bike. She's that's what powers it up.
Yeah, researching honey badgers.
Oh, what tenacious creatures!
Yeah, lads.
Yeah, nice one. Cheers, Ad. Thanks for coming and spending an hour or two with us. We've really loved having you on. Yeah. All the best for Seville. I will be chewing your ear off for tips about the course, because you've done Seville before, haven't you?
No, I'm a noob as well.
Oh, I thought you've done Seville. So it's Valencia you've done then, isn't it?
Yeah, I've done Valencia, yeah.
Right, okay. Well, so you've got obviously training all the way through Christmas, and you've got, you say, what, about 9 weeks left? You were 2 weeks in of 11 weeks, is that right?
Yeah, I've got 3 weeks of decent volume, and then I've got what do you call it, a deload week. I'm going to come off a little bit, and then I'll ramp up for 3 weeks, and then go to the taper. So yeah, it won't be long, and we'll be sunning ourselves in Seville.
It's gonna be crazy, isn't it? Going from this temperature to that, complaining that it's too cold to complaining that it's too hot within the space of an hour. So
sorry, Andy, have you sorted out your flights and stuff? Do you know what day you're heading out there yet?
No. So I have been looking at flights all week, but I'm hopeful to get out there Friday at the latest, maybe even Thursday, and come back Monday. And I might be staying a little bit out of town, but yeah, just got to take what you can get at this time. With 8 weeks before the marathon now, haven't you? So 10 weeks. Yeah. But I am looking forward to it. It should be a really good weekend. And what about you? Are you all sorted?
Yeah, I'm going with Ben from Worcester, Ben Duncan. So we're flying out on the Thursday, and then we head back on the Monday.
Wicked.
Yeah,
nice.
Hotel sorted. So yeah.
Hopefully we can have a celebratory bicarb afterwards.
Yeah.
Hopefully we've both had a good marathon.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, best of luck on Sunday, and we'll see you over in Telford, mate.
Good luck, boys. Go well. Don't be hard on yourselves. Just get after it. Yeah. Thanks for having me on, lads.
No,
nice
thank
one.
you for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it. Nice one.
See you later.
Right, so thank you so much to Ad for joining us tonight. That was pretty awesome, wasn't it?
That was wicked. Such a good guy.
Yeah.
So what's the word? Just so like not casual, but like just really.
He's down to earth, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's a man of the people.
He is a man of the. He's the people's champion.
Yeah.
He's such a good lad. Yeah.
As I said to him, he's got a load of character, a load of charisma. He's super fast, but he's so down to earth, and he's like the most supportive guy ever. He will chat to you about your running, and there's no. Like, as he was saying, like other sub-elite people, there's a bit of snobbery around it sometimes, but there's never that with Ad. He will chat to anyone, and he's super supportive of anyone of any pace, which is awesome.
I remember on that cool down, I think you can learn a lot about a person on a cool down or a warm up for a race or a park run. First of all, I was like, "Are you sure you want to do a cool down with me? Like you do like 6-minute miles to cool down. Are you sure you're okay running 9-minute miles with me?" So yeah, we did a lap or two of Aravalet of the lake, and that's when he was telling me about repeating his children's names at the end of the London Marathon, and then he sort of went on to say about like one thing that does his head in about the running community is how like so many people are so preoccupied and bothered about what other people are doing and not what they're doing. Yeah. And he's like, so many people are trying to coach you and tell you what you should be doing when they haven't PB'd for 5 years or when they haven't, little things like that. And I'm sure he probably has experienced that firsthand. And it's so true, isn't it? So many people are just so bothered about what others are up to.
Yeah.
And that's why I love Adam, because he's just so straight talking, isn't he? And he's just like, yeah. And he's a bloody good runner as well. He's a good person to have in your corner, isn't
he? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Something I don't know whether you've noticed throughout this pod today.
I think I know where this is going. Yeah.
But
hey!
if I do that, is that?
Well, that looks just like the branding of our podcast, Brett.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Look at that. Look at that little shimmy.
Yeah, look, if I stand up as well.
Oh, look at that. One on each bum cheek. Hey!
And then also, we got some
stickers.
Some stickers as well. So, all the merch is finally done. I was hoping to have it done way earlier than this. But I'm useless, and I didn't manage to get round to it. Just full on doing stuff. As I said, busy going nowhere. But it is all done. So hopefully, by the time this pod releases on Saturday evening, things will be online for sale.
Ooh.
So what time do we put the pod up? 8 o'clock, isn't it? So 8 o'clock when this pod goes up, I will make. Shall I do it when the pod goes up, or shall I do it slightly later?
Well, yeah, do it when the pod goes. Then again, maybe slightly later because we had an hour of chatting to Adam, didn't we?
Yeah.
So maybe if anyone is listening at Saturday night at 8 o'clock on the dot,
Yeah.
maybe they can
So
listen and shop at the same time.
Shall I say 9 o'clock Saturday? Running the Red Line merch will go live.
Or do we make them wait till Sunday morning?
Oof.
So they can listen to it on the Sunday long run, get home, and then shower themselves in gifts.
Well, this is the thing. When do we do it? Because I've only done a short run of the tees and the hats just to gauge interest. I didn't want to do a huge load and then no one buy them, because that could very possibly happen. So I've done a small run of both the running tees. So they are polyester sweat wicking running tees. And the reflective beanies. I've done a short run of both. So I don't want to put them out and then people find out on the pod. And then when they get home from their long run, their size is sold out. So I'm going to say 9 o'clock on Saturday, and I will put a post up on our Instagram as well to let everybody know that it's live. So yeah, Saturday, 9 p.m. What day will it be? Saturday the 13th of December, 9 p.m. Merch will go live on, and I'll be putting it onto my Obi-Wan online store just because it's set up, ready to go, and we haven't got to faff around with making new websites and stuff. So yeah, go to www.theobi1.co.uk and hit the store button, and you will find it under the Running the Red Line tab.
So there are tees, hats, there's mugs.
Yeah, there are mugs. Yeah, tees, hats, mugs. And if I get a chance tomorrow, there may be snoods / buffs, whatever you want to call them. If I get a chance to get those done tomorrow.
Brilliant. Exciting times that we're living in. So we've got quite a bit to get through in the remainder of this. So just so we don't forget, right, in no particular order, we've got to get through comments and emails, which there are a lot of. We've got to get through our training week. We want to have a chat about Telford 10K, which is on Sunday. And there's cross country that we did last week. And our training week.
Yes.
And Valencia.
Yes.
We've got no chance, have we?
No. So let's crack on then. So first off, let's go to Valencia first. So Valencia Marathon was last Sunday.
Well,
and there were some amazing results, weren't there?
Yeah, I think we should probably start with Chloe, shouldn't we?
Yes, definitely. We should start with Chloe.
Yeah, I remember texting you saying she's gonna do it because I was tracking her and I saw her at 30 or 35k, and she was just holding that sub 3 pace really well,
like a metronome. It was amazing.
Yeah. I think she went out. Her first 5k was maybe 10 seconds off the pace, but then she made it up.
Yeah.
Every 5k afterwards, and she just didn't slow down. And what did she get in the end? Was it 2:58?
2:58. Yeah. Yeah, for a marathon debut, that is incredible.
That's just showing off. No one's first marathon should go that well. So yes, Chloe, very well done to you.
Yeah,
and know that Brett and I and many others back here in the UK were all roaring you home. So yes. Definitely. I'm just frantically looking for the app because I can look at the actual times people ran.
Yeah, so Chloe ran 2:58:15, and so listen to this. Are you ready for her splits? So first 5K, 6:55 a mile. So she did 21:30 for her first 5K. Then at 10K, she was at 6:52 a mile. Then at 15K, she was at 6:50 a mile. And then from 20K all the way to 40K, she was on 6:49 a mile, and just metronomic 6:49s all the way through until the last 2K, where she sped up again and went down to 6:47 a mile.
Yeah.
Just incredible, perfect pacing, a negative split for a first ever marathon to run 2:58.15.
Yeah, it's just a wonderful performance. So very well done. We should probably give a shout out to a couple of people.
Yes.
Can I just mention Beardy Rich?
Yes.
Who hadn't had the best lead up, with training and all that sort of stuff. And he ran 3:44.08. So it wasn't a PB for Beardy Rich, but he ran his final kilometre at 5K pace. So he said he overtook. Well, he didn't actually say, but if you're running 5K pace in the last K, you're running that at 3:45 pace. He must have overtaken a good 200 people, I would have thought. So, I'm sure that was an emotional finish for you, Rich. So well done. And Beardy Rich went over with Mark, who I did the Leeds Marathon with, and Mark Mystery Burton got 3:53.56, so well under a 4-hour marathon.
Excellent.
So well done, Mark. I also need to give a shout out to Will Ford. Now, Will was going for a sub 3, and he got round in 3:01.52. So he didn't actually go out at sub 3 pace. So maybe he wasn't quite aiming for a sub 3, but I know he would have liked it, but he ended up just falling slightly short. But the day before, he got engaged, he told me.
Oh, what? Amazing.
Yeah. So he popped the question to his partner in the middle. I think it was in one of the parks in Valencia. And she said yes. And her name is Grace Kelly. So what a name.
Amazing.
What a great name.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you both. And Will, I hope that the marathon PB comes second to what happened that weekend with you getting engaged. But I'm sure you'll take the PB as the as the real success of the weekend. But very well done to you, Will, and congratulations to you both.
Yes, congrats.
Matt Southam.
Yes.
2:53.54 official time.
Yeah.
Didn't think he had that anywhere near in him because he had a bit of a injury plagued taper and a second half of the block which didn't go well, so he didn't think he'd even finish. So very well done to you, Matt, for getting 2:53.54.
Yeah, amazing.
I've got. Do you want to talk about some? Anyone else you know? Because I was going to say, should we move on to a couple of YouTubers that we know that went over there?
Yeah, no, not any. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head who was out there other than Go on.
Well, I was going to mention Run to Japan and the epic blow up. I can't wait for
Jake
his video on it.
Oof, man, it looked scary, didn't it?
Well, he featured for about 5 seconds in Nick Bester's video. And he looked like a zombie, didn't he? And that was just over halfway, I think. About 25k in or 30k in or something. He DNF'd because I was tracking him and I was like, he's still going at 3.5 hours. What's happened here? And it turns out that he massively blacked out and went to the medical tent. And judging by his live stream afterwards, said he was in a real mess because the doctors wouldn't let him fall asleep for fear that he would slip into some sort of coma or something. Because didn't he say in his live stream that he'd run so hard that he'd almost blocked oxygen signal or oxygen going to his
so
brain.
He'd starved the oxygen that was going to his brain, so his body was in shutdown mode. But apparently, low iron can cause the oxygen supply to the brain as well, and he suffered with low iron quite a lot, and I don't think he has come out the other side of the iron deficiency he was dealing with a while back. So I think it's all still playing games, but doing the amount of mileage he does, you've really got to stay on top of things like that, like your iron intake and stuff and your iron levels, because it can throw everything off balance, can't it?
Yeah, he needs to get on the Guinness, doesn't he? So, but yeah, so not a very good day for him. But
no,
I was going to say Nick Bester. I don't think he had a very good day at the office by his standards. I think he did 2:27, didn't he?
Yeah, and then
I'm not a YouTuber, but a podcaster. I was going to say Dan Nash.
Yes, he didn't quite hit where he wanted to be, because he was aiming for that 2:10, but he finished in 2:14:03. I think he fell off a little bit towards the end, but when you say he fell off a little bit towards the end, it's mad that his pace is, because
a few seconds.
He set off at 5-minute mile pace, and then at 10k he was down to 5:01 pace. Then he went down to 5:02 pace, and by the end, the last 2k, he'd moved down to 5:06 a mile pace. So that's only 6 seconds a mile difference. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I really fell off towards the end." It's not that much of a fall off, is it?
But I mean, at his sharp end of the marathon, it's everything. But for us, 6 seconds is nothing really. Yeah. So absolutely, yeah. Also worth mentioning as well, someone I would, and I'm sure you would like to have a chat with on the podcast one day. Maybe we can make it happen. Cole Gibbons. I like Cole. Yes. I do. Yeah, I think he's a really good lad. And he, I don't quite know what's happened to him since London, because obviously he ran a 2:16 in London, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think he did Berlin and then now Valencia, and they just haven't quite gone to plan.
Yeah, he's had some issues though with nutrition and stuff. There was at some points it was possible that he had red S at a point. So he struggled with that. He's then moved house and stuff, so he's had lots of things going on, and he's had injuries and all sorts. So it's I think he's possibly run marathons because he has been given them and part of the sponsorship deal, when really, if he was sensible, he would have dropped out and not run them. Yeah. So,
but yeah, to his credit, I mean, he got this one finished. He did it in 2:42, which is nearly half an hour slower, isn't it?
Yeah. But he also didn't hide behind any excuses. He just went, "I just haven't worked hard enough. I haven't put the training in." And
I like that.
I like it. So
yeah,
that was good. Other people of note that I mentioned before. So Brett Robinson, the former Australian record holder, he DNF'd. He dropped out. Haftu Strintos, who was first Australian at Sydney, he had a big blow up and ended up jogging it in, and finished in 2:26:20.
I hate to say this, but it's refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah.
When the big elites completely fall to pieces, you think, okay, maybe they are human after all, and maybe my blow up at Manchester or Seville or London or wherever doesn't, put it into context. It happens to everyone, doesn't it?
Yeah. But I think first Australian in was Tom DeCanto, who actually is on the Inside Running podcast. He's not one of the usual guests, but he's in the Shoe Geeks episodes that they do. And he ran 2:11:14. So I think he was going for 2:10, but didn't quite get there, but ended up with 2:11, which is great. And then other people of note, Phil Sessamon ran a PB. Was it 7 or 8 weeks after running a PB at Amsterdam?
Yeah, he did Amsterdam, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, so he ran a PB at Amsterdam, and then 7 or 8 weeks later goes and runs another PB over in Valencia of 2:07:11, which is incredible. I think
That's so good. Yeah.
I think he's jumped another space in the all-time British list, but he's stayed in the same position, even though he's moved up a place, because somebody has leapfrogged him into second Brit of all time, which is the triathlete is the second fastest British marathoner of all time, which is crazy. Alex Yee with an incredible run of 2:06:38, which is just mental. But did you? I think he sped up as well towards the end. Because did you see that pacing Phil Sessamon and Alex Yee? Did you see who was pacing them?
Emile Caress.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Emile Caress. And it looked like, because he dropped out at 35k, so he paced him all the way to 35k. And but it looked like at 35k he was on for a PB as well. He could have carried on and gone and got a PB, but he let them go. And Alex Yee sped up from there and just went on to run a real good time. So
yeah,
incredible. And then also with the Aussies, there was a new women's Australian record run on Sunday, and that was Jess Stenson. She bettered Laura Waitman's time, and she ended up running 2:21:24, which is pretty good going. And her pacing throughout the race was spot on. She was like metronomic again as well, which is crazy. There was another couple of Aussies running in the women's. Izzy Bat-Doyle came in with 2:23:35, and Jen Gregson ran 2:28:51. And I think Jen Gregson, I think she is it about 8 weeks since she had her baby? So
right.
So yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Wow.
To come back from that. So yeah, it's not bad at all. And then who else? Oh yes, and there was also a German record by the what's his name? Emanuel Petros. He came second in the race. He was also the runner in the World Champs who just got dipped on the line in the World Champs marathon.
The photo finish.
Yeah, so he came second in the World Champs, and he also came second here in 2:04:03, and that's a new German record. And then in fourth place was Suguru Osako, who ran a new Japanese marathon record with 2:04:55, which is great. The winner overall was John Correa in 2:02:24. He just left everybody in the last couple of K. He had a really good run. But yeah, it was a pretty good race, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I think Alex Yee is just, what a performance, because apparently it was quite a warm one as well. So considering that, I mean, how much they felt it or not compared to the masses, I'm not sure, but apparently it wasn't a cool one, and that anyone that was there the year I was there has said it was very similar temperatures. So got up to like 25 degrees and more. Yeah. So very, very well done to everyone.
Yeah, amazing.
That went over to Valencia. Yeah.
Malaga. Yes. So this weekend, it's County Champs cross country on Saturday, but on Sunday, there is a big marathon happening, and it is Malaga Marathon. And our first ever guest on the pod, the wonderful Will Fu, he is going out there to. I don't think he's done Malaga before, has he?
No, I don't think he has. No.
Yeah, but he is off out there to to see how he goes. I know he was hoping to train towards a 2:55, but he thinks he's probably in more of a 3:02 sort of shape at the moment.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you never know on the day. You never know what happens. The conditions might be good.
Like he said, he's got his sub 3, so he's putting no pressure on himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, what will be will be. And have you seen the profile of Malaga as well?
I haven't. No.
I've got it here. It's ever such a strange one because it's predominantly flat from what I understand, but there is a monstrous hill right at the start. So your marathon could be over.
Oh wow!
In the first 3 minutes. So there's a lovely flat bit there between, I'd say, 3 miles and 20. Then it goes up a bit towards the end, and there's a bit of a heartbreaker at 22, 23 mile.
Yeah.
And then it's a downhill finish. But yeah, that's a tough one, isn't it? So
it is.
If your heart rate, if you're one of those people that is stood on a start line and you're full of nerves and anxiety and stuff, then don't go off too fast at Malaga because it ain't gonna hurt. It's not gonna help with what's coming in the first 5K. So maybe it looks worse on the elevation than it actually is. But yeah, best of luck to Will.
Yeah,
and
best of luck, Will.
I hope you do well, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Shall we quickly go through our training weeks ever so quickly before we go on to comments and emails?
Shall we just go through cross country? Because I feel like this is going to be a 3-hour episode. It could. All right, we'll do it quickly. We'll just speed through it. Yeah,
speed through it and get to cross country at the end of the week. Well, no, it's the start of the week, isn't it? Cross country. It's the first thing.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because we didn't do parkrun, did we? Yeah. Okay. Do you want to go first?
No, I'll let you go first this week.
Okay. So, did cross country and did much better than fixture 1. I did it a bit quicker. Obviously, the course is a lot different. But I went down to Pittville Park in Cheltenham, and mine included it was 3 laps with a bit more of a substantial water crossing, which was a lot of fun. And yeah, took the first lap a lot easier, probably to the rest of my team's. They probably hated that. Probably saying, "Come on, can you put a bit of effort in, please? We're trying to do well at this race here." But I started to pick up in the second and third lap, and I'm glad I raced it that way because it was just so hard, and I felt a little bit of something as well. And I really want to blame cross country for this, but it's just I think bad luck. I've got a little bit of a niggle behind my right kneecap, and I'm worried it's runner's knee. And I felt it on that little technical bit at Pittville Park. When you've done the main bit and you've just gone, you're about to come. It's like you feel like you're on a BMX track. The bit where you're up and you're down, you're going through the trees. Yeah, it was just going up and down those little bits, avoiding the tree roots. And on my last lap, I just felt this little twinge, and I was like, "Oh, that better not be something." And I felt it all week actually, but strangely, either when I'm driving or sat at home doing nothing. It's like something I find when my knee isn't flexing, if you know what I mean. It's something that's a bit of, it goes a little bit sore when I'm not moving it. But yeah, I came about 160. I think I came 161st, and fixture 1 I came 167th. Oh, so a little bit of improvement, and I managed to score for the B team as well, which I was pleased with.
Excellent, good.
Before that, by the way, I thought it'd be a good idea to go for a quick 5K around the block, but I ended up basically swimming because it had rained, torrential rain the night before, and it was one of them where I kept walking through this shallow puddle, and I was thinking, well, it will probably just, it'll finish in a minute. Went round a corner, got even deeper. Then before I know it, my ankles are completely submerged, and then I'm halfway up my calf. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I'm supposed to be doing cross country this afternoon. So anyway, that was Friday. Sunday, I went out for a long one. Well, say long one, it was 23K. So 14 miles-ish. Fairly straightforward, nice, easy run. Nothing pacey because of cross country the day before. And I'm running every day now. So Monday went for a shorter version than the one I normally do. So that was easy. Tuesday went to track, and the session was 16 by 400. So a session that we've done 2 or 3 times now that we're recycling. And I was doing the laps. I was doing them about 95 to 90 seconds ish. Finished my last 485, which I was pleased with. So that was good. Wednesday morning, hill run up the Malverns with Daisy. So sort of easy-ish, but obviously with hill efforts, which was good. Thursday, I was working yesterday down in Cheltenham. So I thought, well, I'll take my running gear and I'll use it as an excuse to use my new watch. And I downloaded a map off Strava, a route suggestion, and it turned out to be a really good sort of lap of Cheltenham with minimal turns. It was quite easy to follow the route. And yeah, did like 2 by 3K. The first 3K was last year's marathon pace. The second 3K was at this year's marathon pace. So it was a nice little sort of sub-thresholdy run, which was quite good. And that was quite a good little session. That ended up being 12K. And then just now, this afternoon, I've just been out for a little progression run, which was the same distance, 12K. So that puts me on, just see on the old watch, I've done 50K up to now, so nearly 30 mile.
Nice.
So that's where I'm at.
Was that, I know you were saying you were going to do a little bit of a taper week towards Telford. Yeah. Is that a lot less than you were expecting, or is it more than you were expecting?
Yeah, it's less because I haven't doubled this week, I don't think. And at this point last week, I think it was about 70K. So I've done like a half marathon more. So yeah, I'm feeling like I've done, still running every day, but I've done less, big. I've done nothing over 12K, so nothing over, I don't think anyway. So no big runs, nothing too intense or nothing too heavy or too long. So yeah, I'm just trying and save my legs for Sunday.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So how about you?
So were your cross country race as well? I know you put on your Strava. You didn't get past after the first lap. You didn't get past at all until the last 200 meters of the race.
Well, this is where it goes a bit hazy because I'm sure when I looked at the video footage, a 7 AC or 7 Striders, they've got the yellow and blue vest, overtook me. I vividly remember that because I was trying to fight my hardest to not let him pass me, but I had to just let him go. And I don't know if you can remember the end of Pittville, but you come up and round the corner.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to put my foot down. I think I overtook him back. I just can't remember because just ahead of me in the video that Sam Blackmore was recording, there was another yellow and blue guy just ahead of me that I very nearly overtook. Now, whether it was him that overtook me, I can't remember. But basically, from that second lap or from that first lap, I don't think I got overtook. So,
nice.
But yeah, I managed to throw in a bit of a final surge as well, which felt good, but didn't quite. I left it a bit too late.
Yeah.
So I could have got one more place, but sadly I didn't get him.
No. Nice.
So how about you?
Yeah. So my week didn't start on Saturday, but from where we were last week started Saturday. We were up in Stoke at where were we? Betley Court Farm. And I remembered having a look at it from...
The word farm must have rung alarm bells straight away.
Yeah. I remembered from going through my Strava, I remembered we did do it last year. I couldn't work out whether we did this course or not last year, and we did. And I remember there was one big long hill, and it's not like proper steep, but it goes on for quite a while. It's quite a long hill, and in my head, that was the only hilly bit of the course that I could remember. And when we set off on that first lap, I just went, oh no, this bit's uphill as well. Oh, and now we're going downhill. Oh, turn around the corner. Oh, we're going back uphill, and then we go down again. And there was just loads of undulation, which I'd forgotten about. And like, I was chatting to TQ at the end of the race, and like both of us said, there were points during that, like just after the first lap, there were points where we were going, we could just walk off here and just DNF because it's tough, it's hard work. But we carried on going. What I will say though is we set off in the start, and we all went off. You turn the corner and you go down a hill to then go back up that big long hill, and going down the hill. Well, from the start, there was loads of people at the sides going, "Come on, Brat! Come on, Brat!" Because like Brat team were running, and as we were going down the hill, just behind me, I could hear someone going, "Come on, Brett! Come on, Brett!" And I was like, "Are they saying Brat or are they saying Brett?" And we got to the bottom of the hill, and TQ just comes past me and smiling at me, and I was like, "Oh, right!" And it was him shouting at me behind me. But yeah, I carried on. It was 3 laps. It was tough. Before the race, I was chatting to Will Noyce because we all travelled up together, and he was like, "I think you'll surprise yourself today. You'll probably beat me." And I was like, "No way am I going to beat you. You're in decent shape at the moment." And we got halfway around the second lap because he had gone off in the first lap. Got halfway around the second lap, and I was catching him up. And I went past him, and he was like, "Oh, that's a bit cheeky going past me." But I managed to hold him off and come in front of him, which I was well happy about because he's in good shape at the moment. So it was a good race. The funny bit though is I didn't get caught up in it because I wasn't either at the front or the back. But at halfway through the race, the sheep in one field decided they wanted to go into another field, so they just ran across the race course. So all the fast boys at the front were having to weave in and out of the sheep. Obviously, it had gone past that point when we then went past, and then I came past the finish, and then the sheep decided they wanted to go past the finish as well. So all the people behind me got caught up in all the sheep as well.
Oh,
God. So that's part of the fun of cross country. It took tough race, but really good. I managed to run a bit quicker than the last one, and I'm happy with where we're at. It ended up being 5 3/4 miles, so half a mile off 10k distance. But I was running. I ran an average of 6:39 a mile, so that's what sub 41. 10k pace, so up and down the hills and across the mud. Quite happy with that. And then on the Sunday, I just did a nice easy/steady pace run down to the lake and back, but it was raining all day, so it was proper wet one. But nice, decent run on the Sunday. And then on Tuesday, I actually did my first session with B&R. I pulled up quite well after the cross country, way better than I did the first race we did because I was in bits after that one. But I pulled up quite well, so I thought on Tuesday I'll put a bit of effort in and actually go and do the session. So I did my first session back with B&R, and I couldn't have picked a worse session to start back on. It was the Ivor Road session, and Ivor Road. Do you know how you've got that one hill in Worcester that everybody knows about, and it's quite well known for being a really steep hill? Ivor Road is one of those hills in Redditch Town Centre. It's just ridiculously steep.
Right.
And we start halfway up the hill, and you run up the hill and then turn right, run across the well, I say it's flat, it's slightly uphill through Headley's Cross, and then you turn right and slowly, gradually come down, and then you turn back onto Ivor Road and run up the bottom half of the hill to halfway, and that's one loop, and it's about 2k the loop, and it's so tough. And they said the session was 7 loops, but I was like, I'm going to be sensible. It's my first session back, so I did 5, and I was slowly getting slower as we went through the loops. So I thought I'll just do 5. But yeah, really good. I'm glad I went and did it. It was really tough, but no, pretty decent. And then usual gym stuff again. And then yesterday, I ran down to the B&R session. I did about 4 mile down, including the warm up, and we ended up on Holloway Drive, which is a nice flat out and back. You basically run out, go round an island, and come back down the same stretch of road, and it's pretty flat, so it's quite nice. And the session was 4 out and backs, but I was like, because I'm racing Telford on Sunday, I'm going to take it easier, so I modified it, and instead of doing them all effort, me and Will Noyce decided to run together. So we said we'd go out and do the first one nice and steady. So we did one at 7:30 minute miling, and then the second one we said we'd put in a bit of effort, but not full effort. We'd probably go like maybe 70-80% effort. So we went out and we said, let's run around 4-minute Ks, so 6:26s. We ended up running 6:20 a mile, and that was decent. And then the third one, we said we'd go back to steady, but we ended up running a little bit quick, and we ran 7-minute mile pace for the last one. But I was quite pleased with that. But I did say when we went out at the 6:20 effort, the second one, I turned to Will and said, if it can feel this good on Sunday, I'll be really happy. So hopefully I'm in an all right shape, ready for Sunday.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, fingers crossed we both will be. We'll both be.
Yeah.
And is that you didn't run because Friday's your day off, isn't it?
Yeah, Friday I don't run. Yeah,
So Sunday then. What's your plan of attack for Sunday?
Well, as I've been saying, if I run under 40, I'll be happy. If I run under 39, I'll be delighted. But you've got to roll the dice sometimes, ain't you? So I'm going to go out at 38-minute pace and see if we can hold on.
If I run under 40, I'll be happy. I'm going to go out at 38 pace. Brett Elesmore, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, fair play though, because I think if there's anyone that can do it, it's going to be you. And you're in our pre-podcast chat with Adam. Then we were sort of just saying, or Ad was saying that he thinks your mindset. What did he say? Is your mindset potentially better than your ability?
Yeah.
And you said, yeah, I think it probably is.
Yeah. As I say, what I lack in talent, I just put in hard work and grit and stubbornness. So yeah, I've also got to try and prove Strava wrong as well, because it hasn't got any faith in me. It's saying my 10k at the moment, Strava, it's saying I can run 39:37. So I've got to prove Strava wrong.
Really? 39:37. Yeah, I think you can demolish that, to be honest, can't you?
What's Strava saying for you at the moment?
Strava. So my predictions are quite different, actually. So, yeah, Garmin is saying 10k time 40:19, but Strava 38:53.
Ooh.
So that's quite a discrepancy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So If I can be somewhere in the middle, that would be a very happy medium.
Yeah.
Under 40 and a big PB.
Yeah, excellent. What's your tactic for Sunday?
Don't burn too many matches too fast, too early. Remember, it's a 10K, not a 5K. But also have faith in the fact that the last few sessions you've done and races, you have come alive in the second half. So don't worry if you feel like you're struggling in the first half, because hopefully things will start to click in the second if you don't go out too fast. So I think I'll try and run under 20 for the first half. Not well under 20, but 19:45 would be ideal. And then from then, it's just about hitting those 4-minute Ks and getting a 39:45 would be delightful.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm probably going to do. Yeah, I'm going to try and get ahead of the game, get, probably positive split, get below, because you've got to run at least one sub 20 to run a sub 40. So I'm going to try and run under 20 first 5K, and then I'm just going to run even splits if I can, and then maybe kick at the end if I need to run extra few hundred meters, or hopefully not a few hundred, but you know what I mean. If I realise the finish line is further away than my watch thinks it is. Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know if I want to run with a pacer, but I might have no choice because I might not have I might not get ahead. But we'll see. We'll see. There might not even be a 40 pacer. I don't know. Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
So we'll see.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it will be good.
Right. Shall we leave comments until next week? But shall we just recap did we miss any emails last week?
Well, since last week, we already had about 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And since then, we've had about 3 or 4.
Okay.
So we've got loads.
Shall we catch up on the 3 or 4 we didn't read last week, and then we'll leave the other 3 and 4 until next week?
Yes. Okay. So did I read Ash Spedding's one? I did, because she was saying about our shoes. Yes. So the next one then is from Nathan Cleary. No, because we read that one, didn't I? Yeah, we read that one. Okay, Jonathan is the next one. Jonathan Hull. Hi, Brett and Andy. I've just finished the latest episode 90 after a binge that rivals my eating post-long run. I've managed to squeeze 2 years of your lives into 3 months. Did I read this one?
What? No, but no, I don't think we did. No.
I was what you guys would call a gym bro. Oh, I feel like, or maybe it's just because I've read it.
It's probably because you've read it. I haven't heard that one.
I've managed to squeeze 2 years of your lives into 3 months. I've been listening to the pod on 1.3 to 1.5 times speed just to get through them.
Right. So if he's doing that, right, if we put our voices up a little bit like this and talk like this, it would sound even weirder for him.
Yeah, okay. I found the pod after searching for Newport Marathon content on YouTube and came across Andy's channel. And your marathon block videos are just so good to watch, and I've watched all your videos alongside the pod, so I really have been following your whole journey. The whole progress is amazing to see. Can't do that. That's unsustainable. I've been running off and on since 2020, but really started taking it seriously in January this year. Before that, I used to do one run on a Sunday as well as my cardio alongside weight training. I was what you guys would call a gym bro. I stupidly would just increase the distance every Sunday to burn more calories. I got to 30k and my knees were done. I had to take a few weeks off during that time. I realised that I missed the running, and I enjoyed that far more than the weight training. So once I was back running, I decided to do it properly, slowly increasing the distance and running on multiple days instead of weight training, but still doing S&C. So to cut a long story short, I've signed up for, he says, it does work, Andy. So to cut a long story short, I've signed up for Newport Marathon 26, and my wife has got into running as well. We both ran the Great West Run this year, and I can relate to your struggles with knowing what to say as words of encouragement. But I was so proud of her when, after only 4 months of running, she ran her first half marathon in 2 hours 6.
Oh, wow.
That race was about her, and I really wanted something to challenge myself, and that's why I decided to go for the Newport Marathon. I've had a year of build training and I'm aiming for ambitious time of 3:30, but I'll be happy with anything up to 3:59.59. Question for the pod. I'm a runner that has never run a parkrun due to working every Saturday, and because of the cost, travel and family life, don't have the want to sign up for races. But I'm somebody that is striving to improve, and my only way of measuring that is through Strava is through PBs from GPS. I know you guys always say a Strava PB isn't a PB, but what's your opinion for people like myself? I think one day I will get into the world of races, as the buzz of the Great West Run earlier this year was amazing. Sorry for the long email. All the best, Jonathan. So, I know what I think.
Oh, go on then.
Well, when you're running to your watch, you're doing a time trial. So, you can't really claim it as a PB, but what you can claim it as is a really good solid time trial. So you know where you are from one day to the next, or 1 week or 1 month to the next. So that's your line in the sand. However long it takes you to GPS run 5K is how long. It's not how long it takes you to do a certain race course, because that's a different thing. That's a race PB. But a time trial, absolutely fine to take PBs from your distances that you run in training.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. PBs definitely have to come off a measured course, because that's how they are. That is your PB. GPS is never accurate. It's either short or long, no matter what. No matter where you are, you could be out in the clear open with a perfect connection to GPS, and it will still be off. So, yeah, you can't claim GPS as a PB as such, but if you go somewhere like a track or a loop that has been measured and you know exactly the distance, just use your watch as a timing device. Don't listen to the distance on it, and run to the distance of the track or the distance of the loop. So say there is a kilometer loop that you know is exactly a kilometer. Go and run it 5 times and see what your time is when you finish 5 loops. Not when your watch beeps 5K. When you finish the 5 loops, that's your 5K time. And yes, you can then claim that as a 5K time. Or go and run 5K on the track, and you know exactly 12 and a half laps. Once you cross that 12 and a half laps, you've done 5K. So, yeah. If you can't get into races because financial or just time is in the way, then there's possibilities to find calculated distances that you can then just use to time against.
Yeah, fair enough. Or failing that, go and buy one of those wheels.
Yeah, a trundle wheel, and measure your own course.
Yeah, and walk around your local block and measure exactly how long it is. Measure a 800-meter circuit, and then you know exactly how far to run. So moving on to the next email. This is from John Braz Madeira, aka John Braz. He's titled it "Error on the Strava board." Read if you have time. Hi guys, I hope as well with you. Listening to the podcast now and listening to the cow moos at the moment. That just sounds like a normal Friday night for us, doesn't it? Well, last Saturday I did the Madeira Backyard Ultra and I hit my goal of 15 laps, 105k recorded, 0.5k recorded, and only uploaded on the Sunday/Monday, not really sure when. But Strava did not count me on last week's leaderboard, and neither this week. Actually, I would have made the 3rd place on the distance, which is an achievement for the day and the week for me. I will send a pic with my Strava. God, he's insistent here, John. I will send a pic with my Strava post. He actually has attached. Well, this email is just a ticket to tell you about the experience. It wasn't quite as nice as the result. Very hard day after being sick the week before, so I just the mission to do a few laps and see what happened. For the first 10 laps, it was good. Then I had 2 falls going into the night that really rattled me. and probably was the reason I stopped at 15. It's like the brain would switch off for a second and my foot would hit something and I immediately fall. And I don't exactly now know why it did happen. Does this normally happen to anyone else? This second one, I actually hit my head quite hard on a wooden pathway. I got up quickly and saw stars afterwards, but just carried on. At the moment, I'm 4 days after the race, but I have not gone running and have lost the vibe to go out to run. Well, mate, you did 105k in one go, so maybe that's got something to do with it.
Yeah,
and you fell over and banged your head. For the first time in 12, 13 years of running, I've lost the why of running. It's weird, hopefully getting back soon. I've got the half marathon at the end of January in Madeira Island, Ultra Trail 60k in April. I don't know where to start, really. Have you ever experienced this? To be listening to the podcast, writing an email is a red flag. Haha. Sorry for the long email. All the best. And yeah, keep up the good work, John. Wow.
Yeah, that sounds brutal. 2 falls and one where you smashed your head and we're seeing stars.
Yeah, there he goes. And it's 100.
Wow.
Are you definitely a member of the club, John? Because if you aren't, you might not flag.
If he uploaded it late, it would go on to last week's total, but the total would already been shown.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's why. But
John, you've come on, mate. You've just had.
I think that would throw anyone though, wouldn't it? Smashing your head and seeing stars, that's going to put anyone off for a bit. But I'm sure the love will soon be back, because it never leaves you, does it? It's only when you stop doing it that you realise how much love you have for it and how much you want to do it more.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, John, we hope you're okay, and the love will return.
Yes.
And
I hope you got yourself checked out, because if you're seeing stars after you're hitting your head, then I don't know, you may have had concussion or anything.
Yeah, head trauma is pretty serious, so maybe time away from running is exactly what you need.
Yeah,
and
to
I think
recoup
it's totally
and rest your body. Yeah.
And it's totally fine to take an extended period of rest after a huge run, a marathon, let alone a 100k backyard, which is the opposite of peaceful, by the way. It's not like you can just do the first half at your own pace. It's like you've got to go out every hour and do your laps. So maybe this is what the doctor, maybe that's nature's way of saying, John Braz Madeira, have a rest, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
So, we've had a quick email here. This is maybe the shortest email we've ever had. This is Jake Williams. He says, Brett, Boston Marathon, Boston, Lincolnshire, the UK's flattest marathon. Perfect backup to London, if you ask me. But that was obviously pre you getting into London.
Yeah. So, we were talking about what I could do if I didn't get into London. Boston in Lincolnshire, it is one that I've looked at in the past, and it's supposed to be quite flat and quite a good course. But because it's so out in the open, you get absolutely battered with wind. So apparently it's a tough course, even though it's quite flat, because you are constantly fighting against the wind. So you've just got to pray for a good day. Yeah.
No trees to hide behind. It's all open hedges and farmland, isn't it, I think? So, yeah. But I have heard good things about that course. Yeah, we won't have time to read all these, but I'll read this last one. This is from Nick Points, who's written in a couple of times. Dear Brett and Andy, I was very tempted to enter Parkrunning the Red Line over summer. However, I was training for day 2 of Race to the Stones and thought there was no chance of beating my PB, so I didn't even enter in the end. Race day came. I had a great day out on the trails, and I decided to have a few days to recover before getting back on the saddle at my local parkrun. It was supposed to be a gentle recovery run, but it was pace a week, and you know those mornings when you wake up and you can feel it in your bones that you're going to run quickly today. So I wore my race shoes, and much to my surprise, I ended up running 19:33 and knocking 20 seconds off my PB.
Oh, wow.
Who knew that running an ultra was good preparation for a sub 20? Anyway, it made me think that there might be more in the tank. So I've spent the last 8 weeks doing intervals, strength work, and then before going to run with the bigger boys at Battersea Parkrun this morning. I finished in 1846.
What?
I still can't quite believe it. So if by any chance that you're accepting very late entries to Parkrun in the Red Line, here is mine. Thanks for keeping me company on my Sunday long runs this year. And Brett, it's been great to see your obvious joy in getting back to running. I love the epic cross-country showdown between the two of you. Happy Christmas to you both. I'm wishing you a year of more PBs in 2026. All the best, Nick.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Nick. That's ace.
Nice one.
That's crazy to go from just under 20, so 1950 something must have been, to a 1933, and then an 1840. What was it?
1846.
Crazy good.
Maybe the ultra stuff, maybe the low and slow stuff, and maybe
building up that big engine ready to then put the nitrous on and go for it.
And Battersea as well. Maybe there's something there. Maybe Battersea Parkrun.
Apparently it's quite a quick one, isn't it?
If you can get out quick, 'cause it looks congested at the start.
Yeah.
Because I bet you there's a good 1,000 people there every week, isn't there?
Yeah.
So you'd probably need to be in the first couple of rows, don't you? And just get out fast and not feel bad about it. And like you say, people will go around you if they want to go around you. Just get out fast. Exactly. Get out the gate fast. Yeah. But yeah, very well done, Nick. That's amazing news. So congratulations on the PBs. But unfortunately, we can't change the results of the Parkrun in the Red Line. But we were just sort of having a preamble chat about Parkrun in the Red Line. We think we're going to be bringing it back for 2026.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think we're going to be doing another summer edition, very similar, where you'll be challenging yourself. Maybe we'll have a tinker with the rules, or maybe we'll look at the data a little bit differently. But yes, we're looking forward to getting cracking on it next year.
Hopefully, both of us will be running, and we can make some appearances somewhere.
Yeah, that's just something else we've talked about, which we won't divulge yet.
No,
but yes. So we've got a few more emails, but we'll leave them to one side.
We'll leave those for next week because it is time is going on. So the only thing that we've got left to do is the Strava segment. So our leaderboard from last week. In first place on our distance is Jonathan Hutchinson with 79.6 miles. So awesome work, Jonathan. In second place is Kyle Blacketer with 72.1 miles. And third place is Paul Cashmore with 70.5 miles.
Have you seen 5 and 6, the difference?
In 5 and 6. Whoa!
He's no friend anymore, is he? He won't be my friend anymore.
Friend of the podcast, Mac Ashworth, with 67.6 miles. And in fifth place is Andy Maguire with 67.7 miles. 0.1 of a mile in it.
Says 100 metres here. Sorry, Mac.
Yeah, crazy.
Sorry, mate.
Then for our climbing, in first place was Roberto Mendez with 5,725 foot. Second was Arnaud Burrows with 5,367 foot. And third was William Fish with 4,892 foot. So amazing work. Our top ladies, distance, first place was Rachel Watson with 62.7 miles. Second was Chloe Hamard with 48 miles on the nose. And third was Emily Parker with 44.6 miles. And then for our climbing, first place was Aveen D with 2,082 foot. Second was Jackie Wilson with 2,051 foot. And third was Stephanie Parker with 1,900 foot.
Amazing.
So amazing work from everybody. Last thing, pick a random number between 1 and 100.
Shall we go 39. Hopefully, will be my Telford time.
Oh, 39. 39 is Kieran Lightfoot. So Kieran ran 43.3 miles for the week over 6 different runs. His longest run was 12 miles. He ran an average over the whole 43.3 miles of 7:29 a mile. And he climbed 2,762 foot. So, Kieran, get in touch, send us an email, let us know a little bit about you and your running and how you got into it and how long you've been running. Yeah, and a little bit more information.
Yeah, cool. So I think that's all from us, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. It's been a long one. This could be a PB.
Yeah, I think it is.
Got carried away.
We blame Adam.
To add, didn't we? Yeah, we blame Ad.
Yeah.
Amazing. So, as I say, Saturday, 9 p.m, running the red line, tees, stickers, beanies, mugs. They will all be online. So, yeah, roll up, get them while they're hot. As I say, it's a limited short run for this first run just to gauge interest. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching or listening. And we shall see you next week with our Telford recap.
Yes, looking forward to it. See you soon, guys.
Yeah, cheers, guys. See ya.